Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. But dear brothers and sisters, if only we gave the Quran the amount of time it deserves, it would save us from a lot of trouble, a lot of thought. It would save our youth from a lot of doubts. One of the most troubling questions that humans today, especially in the West, are trying to answer is, if God exists, why is there so much pain on earth? Why is there so much wrong spread around this world? Why are there murderers and why are there thieves? If God exists and the perception of God is that He is all good and that He is all powerful, if He is all good, that means He does not tolerate evil. And if He is all powerful, that means He has the ability to prevent it and to stop it. So where is God? This is one of the prominent questions of our time. But the beginning of Surah Ankabut, 29th chapter, answers those questions very clearly and very concisely. SubhanAllah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala begins the chapter by posing us a question. Do you think that just because you say La ilaha illallah, that you believe in Tawheed and monotheism, that's it, you're set? You think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to test that? No, He is going to. But there's a purpose behind that. It's not without wisdom. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not do anything except that there's deep wisdom and deep knowledge ingrained in what He does and what He chooses. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made pain, made hardship part of the design of this universe. Part of the dynamics, it runs off of this, or at least part of it runs off of this. Why? Because there's a reason, there's a wisdom behind it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala points it out. He says, أَمْ حَسِبَ الَّذِينَ يَعْمَلُونَ السَّيِّئَاتِ أَن يَسْبِقُونَ سَاءَ مَا يَحْكُمُونَ. Do the people who do evil, regardless, believer or non, do the wrongdoers think that they can go about doing their wrong without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answering their wrong? Rather, what they believe is truly wrong. So one of the wisdoms as to why there are hardships is because for some people it is punishment. For some people it is the answer of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to them. Do you think you can go around harming people without me answering? So it is a sign that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there watching every single thing. And then the next verse, مَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو لِقَاءَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّ أَجَلَ اللَّهِ لَآتٍ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. Whoever looks forward to meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then be certain that that meeting is coming. And indeed, He is all hearing and all seeing. Letting us know that yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all good. And He is all powerful. But He is also the all wise. So those who come with this formula, He's all good, He's all powerful, why is there evil? Our answer, the answer of the Quran is because He is the all-wise. You forgot that one. By having hardship, it makes us believers remember that there's a day of judgment, that it's not about this life. Every ounce of pain a believer goes through, every ounce of sorrow, stress, struggle that they go through, it is for a greater cause, a greater purpose, and that is the next life. It's not about this life. It's about the next life. وَمَنْ جَاهَدَ فَإِنَّمَا يُجَاهِدُ لِنَفْسِهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَغَنِيٌّ عَنِ الْعَالَمِينَ. And whoever struggles, meaning whoever faces these hardships with iman, by seeking help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it is for them. The benefit of that struggle goes back to that individual. In this life and the next life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not in need of anything. Our struggles, our striving does not increase Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's abilities, His strength, His kingdom, not in the least. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is complete with or without us, with or without our struggles. If every human being was a Muslim, that does not increase Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's kingdom. And if every human being was a non-believer, then it does not decrease Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's kingdom. He is self-sufficient subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rather, when we struggle and we strive, by doing that, we give ourselves purpose. By hardship, because there is hardship, we have purpose. Think about this. And studies show, and I've mentioned this before, subhanAllah, what's called an existential vacuum. The youth are suffering from an existential vacuum. What does that mean? It means they are so ingrained in desires and luxury. Their life is all about excitement. So much so that they feel that they don't have purpose. If our lives was nothing but comfort, we would lose that sense of purpose. Therefore, by making hardship, struggle, part of the design of this universe, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with major blessings, purpose. A vision. It's not about this life. There's something better out there. It constantly reminds us, hey, remember, this life is not the end goal. There is something better, where there is no pain, there is no struggle, there is no hardship. It's all blessings and all beauty. And it's also a reminder that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what the wrongdoers do. And He does respond to them whether we realize it or not. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always responds to the wrongdoers, but the problem is we don't look for it. We don't try and see it. SubhanAllah, there are many examples of wrongdoers doing this or attacking Islam or attacking innocent people. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answers that. But we don't do enough to find it and to look for it and say, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's answer. Rather, what we look for is what we want. We want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to answer this way. He didn't answer that way. That means Allah didn't do anything. No, Allah answers the way He wants to. And of course, He answers with wisdom. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among those who learn the lessons of the Quran, who can remove the doubt from our hearts and the hearts of our children, so that we be full of insight, wisdom, and appreciate the Quran and struggle in this life. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those who persevere in this life and succeed in the next life. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.